I got invited to come back to Imperial Sand Dunes, or more specifically Gordon's Well, which if you're a casual person like me and you're not an avid duner, most of us just call it Glamis. Glamis is a specific area of the Imperial Sand Dunes. Gordon's Well is another camping area, and then there's a third one called Buttercup. But we're here in Gordon's Well. This is a pretty good area for family and friends to gather. You know, we got kids riding around on dirt bikes and quads and mini razors. And then when you go out to the dunes, you've got rigs like this behind me. Last time I was out here, I got invited to come hang out with family and friends and drive my old man's 1,300 horsepower sandrail that had a twin turbo LS7 in it, and that thing was incredible. Now, this time he's got a new rail, at least new to him, which is another twin turbo engine, but instead of being LS7, this is a 440 cubic inch LS based custom engine, fully built. It can make up to 1,700 horsepower. So hopefully he lets me drive this and try it out in the high boost setting. It has 3 maps. The car that I'm gonna be driving this time is just over here. This is the car that I'll be piloting probably most of the trip. We'll do some switching off because my old man's a pretty awesome guy. He's gonna let me drive his new rig. Last time my father was sitting next to me, talking to me over the radio, talking me through what to do and what to keep an eye out for. And this time I'm pretty much gonna be driving by myself in this car while he's in that one. This is still a pretty awesome rig. It's an old Desert Dynamics. It's got an LS3 with a super lopey aggressive cam in it. I love the way they routed the exhaust back here into the middle. It's got a couple of little mufflers in it. And I also love these Corvette taillights. It's a Corvette engine, so this is a Corvette sandrail. We actually took this thing for a night ride last night, which was super neat. Oh my gosh, this scares the crap out of me. Such a different experience out here at the sand dunes, and it was kind of surprising to me that these yellow headlights here are way better for seeing at night than something like the light bars, or on the mirrors there's extra lights as well. It really did surprise me because as soon as I kicked on the light bar, I couldn't see anything. There's too much dust in the air. These yellow lights really kind of cut through all that dust so you could see pretty well. I might as well get a nice close-up shot here of the engine in the twin turbo car. This is an engine built by CBM. It's super awesome. We've got these great Garrett turbos up here. A lot of nice billet pieces, just polished up real good. It's so crazy to be driving something or riding in something that make 1,700 horsepower. It's absolutely mind-blowing. One of the things that I thought was really neat about a lot of these LS sandrails is that the transmission is actually a modified version of a race transmission for a Porsche. This comes from Albin. So we got super beefed up Porsche CD axles, and the reason why they use these is because Porsches are rear engine, and so are a lot of sandrails. You got the engine further back, the transmission in front of it, which is how Porsche does their setups. One of the things that I thought was really neat about sandrails in both of these cars, they use a sequential transmission. So all the way forward for neutral in this car, everything back from this is gears 1 through I think 5. Reverse, we've got this little lever here, so you put it all the way in neutral and pop this guy up for reverse. And then this third knob here on the far left is a turning brake. And of course, you've got to have headsets for everybody. That way you can talk to people in the car and you can talk to people in other cars while you're out driving around. Most of these cars are straight piped or pretty dang close to it, so they're very loud. All right, I just heard we got a 5-minute warning, so I got to go get all my gear so we can load up and get going. We're just waiting for everybody to group up now. We're started, we're out. Our fuel is full. Alternator's working. I don't know if the speedo works. Oil pressure is good. Water temp is good. I don't know if the AFR gauge actually works. It looks like it's just staying there. So, okay. Now we wait. Everybody else is already up the hill, so we're running a little bit behind the rest of the group, but that's all right.
We left camp and headed for the Sand Highway, which is also where the drag racing takes place at sundown. This is a normal meeting place before we all take off for a ride. But nobody was there.
I don't know where our group is. Let's hope my dad can find them.
We then left and headed over to Freeway Hill, which is also called Test Hill by some people. And once we got there, we also didn't find our friends there. Before we left to continue our search, we got a couple of rips in going up and down the hill.
It's got some whoops at the front of it. You kind of got to cruise through those. As soon as you get past them, you gun it and just launch up the hill. All right, here we go. We're gonna give this hill a shot. First gear, second gear, over the whoops. I let off a little too soon. You can launch up the top just a little bit, but I didn't do that because I was down. And now goes my dad going back down the hill. Oh my gosh. He launched off the ledge there. That, I am not gutsy enough to do that. That's wild, man. That is so crazy going up this. Uh-oh. Looks like somebody got stuck over here. I hope they're okay. Dang. Alright, so we're going to go up the hill and try and find the rest of our friends. I'm going to give my dad a little bit of a lead, and then I'll follow him up. Back in the dunes instead of on Freeway Hill. Hopefully we can find them. But we'll see what shows up. Oh, wow. This is really cool. Oh, come on, turn. Come on, Dad.
For the next hour, my dad and I drove through the dunes, looking for the rest of our crew that we came with. We drove to every group that we came across, but none of them are who we were looking for. But that's alright, because you don't have to be in a large group to enjoy the Imperial Sand Dunes. Sometimes you go in a big group, sometimes you go in a small group, and sometimes you go with just one car. This ride quickly turned into some quality father-son time for my dad and I. And even though we were in separate cars, we were still enjoying the same amazing views and getting the same octane-fueled endorphin highs. I used to not be able to understand why people loved coming to the dunes so much. The sand gets everywhere, the dust wreaks havoc on your sinuses, and plenty of people have major breakdowns. And it's not like it's easy to get a tow truck in here to pull your car out and get it to a shop to fix it. But after experiencing it for myself, I understand much better how this place can suck you in and keep you coming back year after year. But that's enough of that. Let's get back to driving. I'm going to try and explain some of the mechanics of driving these things.
Oh man. Alright, here we go. Now back around. Whoop, this way. It's so weird. All these cars have sequential transmissions, and so I keep thinking I need to push the clutch in, but I'm not. So I've moved my left foot over to like the dead pedal, so I don't accidentally try and grab the clutch when I don't need to, and it'll actually cause me more problems. Just because shifting ends up being so erratic when you try and use the clutch with these aggressive transmissions and these really lopey V8 engines. I'm really glad I've got somebody experienced ahead of me, because I don't know how to read the dunes. It's like a whole other art form, man, because you have to watch and see how the sand lands and know what looks like a crest or the peak, and be real careful. Once you start getting close to the top, you know, you could very easily overshoot something. That would not be a good idea. because you could drop down into a bowl like this and, you know, could really damage something. I've seen it happen a couple of times before, where you come out here and you see a sandrail or a side-by-side just sitting in the middle of the witch's eye, the bowl after the dune, and just nobody's there. You just see a little flag and the car's totally destroyed or something. We're gonna go this way now. Right there, right? That's a bad one. See, if he came up and over the top and just landed in that, that'd be real bad. Another one right here. Ooh. Look, we got this fence here that we can't cross. I guess there's some plant that grows out here that's protected, so we can't cross the fence. We gotta stay right along the fence line, not allowed to go over there. Avoid the bushes. Man, this landscape is just, I know I said it earlier, but it's amazing. I've grown up around the desert. I grew up in Arizona, but this is different. These dunes, this is something totally different than what I'm used to. It's surreal. All right, now we're gonna cut up to the right because there's people on the top of that hill. Oh, this is a neat little spot. Nice soft sand and down. Oh, that's wild. We're gonna do a little drag race and my dad is going to pull away from me so fast. It gets to a point where, like, I just don't feel comfortable. The car's floating all over the place, and I just don't know. The camera's catching the wind because there's no windshield in this. Oh, that was cool.
After eating some lunch and some snacks, the sun has started to go down. It's kind of late in the afternoon. Not quite sundown, but as the sun goes down, people start to gather for the drags. You can see way over there on top of that hill, we got people gathering. They're getting ready to do the drag racing up there. So that's where we're gonna head over to now. My dad might not let me drive this. He's kind of we're coming out here, he's like, oh yeah, you can drive it, no problem. And now he's really fallen in love with this new sandrail, and I understand why. All the carbon fiber, big engine, over 1,000 horsepower, totally understand it. But hopefully he lets me experience driving at least once. That'd be nice. All right, let's go do some drag racing. Now, I've never done any drag racing at the drag strip, but this is a bit different because, well, as you can see, there's no officials, there's no anything. It's just a bunch of people out here in their sandrails and their trucks and their side-by-sides and their quads and dirt bikes, and no no track safety, no officials. This is just kind of something that started happening a while ago and people are just stuck with it. This is pretty cool. I
lot of really nice sandrails. Oh, one back there had a BMW V8 in it. That's really cool, yeah. That was really cool. Oh look, there's BMW like taillights on that thing. That's cool. Ah, on the trike. That's fun racing my old man. My mom is sitting passenger. She's counting down the 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, that was fun. Oh my God, look at that big old wheelie! Holy crap! Oh, he got the lock on that truck! Oh, well, we got some people running out. Oh, something's going on. Somebody broke down or something, Dad. All right, now where are our friends? Everybody's got their little flags to make them look as unique as possible. I'm looking for the dad bod. Dad bod was one of ours. Where is the dad bod? Ah, here we go. Dad bod and shake and bake. This is us right here. Whew, that was cool.
What a trip, man. That was wild. Oh, that was a lot of fun. All right, now we're gonna go watch some stuff here. This time we found all our friends hanging out here at the drags. That was really good. It's like Mad Max. You're just sitting on the side as all these cars just go blasting by.
I know that new Can-Am's pretty cool.
Those dudes out here to truck. Check this out. Oh my gosh, that's way fast. Look at little dirt bikes coming through. This really is like, this really does make me feel like this is Mad Max in real life, man. This is getting a little crazier. Now we got motorcycles side by side. There you go. There's a lot of cars coming. Look at this. Look at this truck. That guy is so fast. That's wild. Oh, this guy's coming a little close to us. Yeah. That truck there that was so fast earlier, that guy, it's electric. It's got a big EV West sticker down the side. That is so cool. The whole back of it is battery packs. This is that electric truck. I don't know if it's doing cool down laps or what. You can see all the battery packs in the back of it.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah, he was fast when he was running.
All right, that's it for the drag racing. The sun's going down. As it gets dark, the drag racing kind of slows down and stops. We're gonna head back and go get some dinner at the Dunes Diner. So, goodbye drag racing.
The Dunes Diner is a short 5-minute drive from where we were camping at Gordon's Well. There's a little sand path you take right next to the road to get to it. It's a pretty popular place to get food when you're really not feeling like cooking, and to be honest, that would probably be every night if I were in charge.
Oh, this is so cool. Oh, look, we even get front row parking. Perfect, look at that.
We made it to the Dunes Diner, and there's a super cool classic like Baja bug over here I gotta take a look at. Check this thing out. This is so cool, man. That is so rad.
There we go. This is So cool. So cool. All right, we already ordered our food. Now we're gonna go sit down and eat. Got me a nice big ol' Dooner burger. The Dooner Diner also has a parts and store section, so you can get your Dooner Diner apparel, your buggy whip, some maintenance stuff, and all kinds of other treats. This is definitely a place that you should stop at if you're staying in Gordonswell, or it's probably close enough to Buttercup that you can come here too. This is awesome. Great place to get some food, so you don't have to cook for a night. You can drive your Sandrail, you can drive your UTV, whatever, over here, or you can hop in the car and drive on the main road. The menu is pretty basic, but it's good food. You've also got volleyball and basketball here, so if you wanted to do something, hang out, you totally can. Plus, it's just a cool parking lot full of awesome vehicles. Like, this trophy truck caught my eye. Time to end the night, hang out by the campfire, chill and relax, and refresh and reload for some more dooning tomorrow morning.
And in the next video, we finally go driving with our friends. But then I break the car.
It's having a real hard time running right now. I don't know what's going on.
So then I get to drive the 1700 horsepower car. But we lose our friends again. But we find him again. And then we check out a swing set. And my old man does some absolutely massive wheelies.